Football school. Hey everybody, welcome to SafeDend Live. We're a football school now, Kansas University.
Yeah.
Soon to win a national title in not only basketball but football. It's coming soon.
We want Georgia.
Which high school in Georgia do we want to play?
We'll play any of the bottom 50%.
That's right. Hey, everybody, welcome. I appreciate everybody joining us. Rusty, thank you for being here. Jeff, thank you for being here. I come sliding in hot, a little late. I had another call with another client right before this, and imagine this, we talk too much, Jeff.
Wow.
Shock. I know, it's shocker. It's a shocker.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, no, it's real stuff. Rusty, Rusty, I really do. I hope what you guys don't know, Rusty and Jeff, they've both been on the IR a little bit here the last couple of weeks. And so, but they're back, and you guys both just handsome as all get out. So I appreciate you guys being here.
Should we go ahead and just apologize up front for Craig's fans that he's not on today, or should we?
I generally get hate mail when Craig's not on. Yeah, no, it's a problem. He's quite he's got a fan base. I'll tell you, he's got a real fan. It's a real thing.
I think he calls people prior and lets them know to get on and.
We go from tens of viewers to ones of viewers when he's not on. So I mean,
but the good news is you can go back. You can see this on YouTube, Second Banana YouTube. See it on SafeDend's YouTube page, Facebook page. So we get a lot of views after, and that's the cool thing. You know, you do these things on at 9:30 a.m. on a Friday morning. You're not going to have a lot of live turnout, but boy, what's been fun to see is more and more people are paying attention to it, and hopefully we're delivering good information. Out to these people. So today, guys, we had some interesting meetings this week. We had some interesting conversations, and we've had a lot of conversations about different people in the space, different companies that provide different things. And I thought it'd be good just to talk about that and talk about pros and cons.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we managed to we've got some really big SafeDend fans out there, and we got some information from one of our competitors that they're giving out, and I'll tell you, it's damn near scary what people are selling and what people are buying. To the extent that even in their literature they're saying, "Hey, don't use our system unless your normal communications don't work," but and then even if you do use our system, go back to your normal communication, and because our system really doesn't give enough information out. And there's a lot. God, I've used this before, and I hate to use this term, snake oil peddlers, but man, there are people that are selling schools on stuff that just is not going to work.
Well, I will tell you, we got a picture of one. I'm not gonna name him by name, but we got a photo sent to us from one group that literally their system plugs into an outlet.
Yeah. Yes.
Now, no kid would ever unplug that, right?
No, it's going to work, I'm sure. But right. I think that's the great thing about SafeDend. I came on board with Jeff coming up on 8 years now next week, and wow, have we grown? Have we developed some things that are phenomenal? We've listened to our clients. We've gotten better. We've had some clients that have been with us since the beginning that have helped us evolve. And the whole time, our basic fundamentals and the things we stand for of helping mitigate the loss of life and having a system that is still the most comprehensive system on the market. Jeff and I have seen these companies come and go at all these national conferences. And one of the things, I always go back to the old thing where you think about the fire suppression systems. There's not a fire marshal in the country that would come in and pull those out and opt for an app or something that plugs into an outlet. The reason being is it's hardwired. It's a life safety device. Our system is hardwired. It's going to be there when you need it. And when we talk about being the most comprehensive system out there, not only do practical training for staff members, helping them to have a plan in place for the unthinkable, but also the instant notification that we provide that doesn't require fine motor skills. You don't have to remember a code. You don't have to go on an app. All you do is touch your finger, and we notify law enforcement and everybody within the district at the exact location within 3 seconds, getting a text and email alert. 911 is notified. And then we also have, as you know, our safety cabinets in the classrooms that allow our teachers to defend our kids.
Yeah.
All these other companies that Jeff's talking about, yeah, they make people feel good and they may be really easy to install, but are they really going to work? Do they provide tools, secure tools that are going to allow our teachers to defend our kids? And the best thing about SafeDend, it's controlled access.
Yeah. There's
no false alarms. You think about all these apps and all these different things, these lavaliers and badges, whatever. How many times are those set off and there's false alarms?
Yeah, to that point, exactly, Rusty. And to your point, and I can't remember the exact number, but it was a huge number. It was in the thousands of activations off one of these folks out there that was just for common everyday stuff.
Right.
You know, and then you get into this problem of now you got people that are like, oh God, yeah, okay.
Alarm fatigue.
Yeah, it's just, come on, you know. And so, yeah, I think you got to be careful because, you know, listen, I'll buy a knockoff shirt if I need one or a cheap T-shirt. I don't really care. But we're talking, you know, big deal. You know, you can do that in some spaces. You can't do that when you're talking about human lives.
No.
You can't do it.
Well, and I think the other thing that really separates us is the relationship we build with our clients. You know, we're not just sticking something on a wall and plugging something in. We have a strong relationship with all of our clients and work to build that constantly. Our goal, and this probably isn't great for the bottom line business that just wants to make money, but our goal is to be a life partner in safety with our customers, not just that one-off, put something on the wall and call it good. And
not just a transaction, right?
Absolutely not. We're vested in not only student safety in general, but we're very invested in each of our clients and making sure that we have that safety relationship ongoing for life. And that's what's critical to us, and that's what's going to make a difference down the road when your client trusts you, and when you know your client is there. And actually our clients are some of our best feedback and best growth supporters that we can have. They bring us ideas and you know, in-use knowledge that, you know, we don't get all the time, and it's and that makes us better, and that's really where we are as a company.
Well, and I think for me, you know, I've never claimed to be an expert in this, although I've learned an awful lot over the years that we've all known each other and worked together. And you know, so I look at everything through a parent's lens, right? And I look at everything through the lens of a now husband to a retired teacher. You know, but you know, Tanya's several years older than me. You know, she's retired. She's not here right now, so I can say that. But you know, I look at it through those lenses, and to me, it's real simple. You know, we spend money on so many things out there that aren't, you know, that, I mean, and the easy target is we always talk about sports stadiums. We talk about stuff like that, you know, build, you know, whatever, you know, but to me, none of the nice stuff matters if we're not ensuring that we have the most secure, safe place for our spouses, for those of us that are married to teachers, our children, our grandchildren, our nieces, our nephews, our friends. You know, I've got, all of our kids are older now, but I've got, you know, in the town I live in, I've got several kids that I love like they're my own. I would do absolutely anything for them. And, you know, I think about those things, and, you know, I think it's just, I talk all the time about the responsibility of people in local communities getting involved and making this a priority, because I think that's where it starts. You know, don't be fooled by something that's easy, by something that's simple. You know, it's an old corny saying, guys, but you get what you pay for.
Yep.
I'm sorry, you do. You know, we've all bought stuff that was $20 when the right one was $100, and you end up buying 12 of those $20 ones, and you could have bought one of the 100. And I mean, so it's just, we've got to be smart as community members and make sure that we're prioritizing the right things and that we're being supportive, we're being advocates, and we're being supporters of our school districts, the administration of our school districts, being supportive of local law enforcement and the things they're trying to do, and coming together, working collectively. And we've said this repeatedly, Safe Defense here to help give those organizations, whether it's PTA groups, it's school boards, it's whoever, give you educational data, help you understand what really is needed. We know this. We talk about this. Everybody's not going to use us. We know that. Everybody should, but everybody isn't. And we don't live in some fairy tale world, but we want to make sure that we're there to educate you on what's the real risk, what are the real world solutions, and what's going to work, God forbid, if you need it to work.
Well, and it comes down to, cost always seems to come up, and it does for anything, any purchase a school makes, because they are on limited budgets. But I'll tell you, in a class of 20 high school students, there's probably $25,000 to $26,000 worth of phones sitting in that classroom on any given day for any given hour for that class. For the cost of one of those phones in that classroom, you can put SafeDend in.
Isn't that crazy?
So, I mean, in that $1,200 range for that classroom, one time, that classroom can be protected with SafeDend. Now, from a parent's perspective, that's nothing.
I told Jeff, this years ago, where you and I met with the superintendent of schools. This is years ago. This one I was just a friend. We weren't even working. Exxon wasn't even working with SafeDend. Right. You remember this?
Oh, absolutely.
And we met with this school where my wife was working. I told him I would pay for the system.
Right. Right.
I mean, I'm still to this day dumbfounded.
We've had two school districts early on. Now we don't get this.
No, not now.
If somebody willing to pay for it, our school districts are taking them up on that offer now for sure.
Yeah.
But early on, we had two different times when parents were willing to pay for a system to go in, and they just didn't want to take the chance at that point. But now, thank goodness, I guarantee if you go back, SafeDend's going in for anybody that's out there. It's we're in a much different place, and it just it's so much less risk for a school district to do now because we are very successful and we are very good at what we do. But it's it comes down to I'll spend more money on my kids' probably phones as they go through high school before they even get out and take on their own expenses than what it would cost to protect their classroom one time. So it's just really about perspective and what's important. And that's what we're really trying to convey here is, hey, the best protection available that's out there is not that expensive.
Well, because you got to really look at what does it really cost, to your point. I mean, in our house, and it's just Tanya and I now because we're old, all of our babies grew up on us. But in our house, we have 2 iPads. We have 2 iPhones. We have all these devices. I was thinking about that because this conversation came up in a meeting we were having not too long ago. And so just afterwards, I was thinking, I said, good Lord, I said, I could pay for 2 classrooms,
right.
3 just in my household, with these silly things that I'm walking around with. So
and when those go down, you're buying new ones anyway. And now,
even it doesn't have to go down because I'm officially that guy. When they say the 14's coming out or the 16 or whatever we're at, I'm like running to the store, so they got me fully hooked.
You're standing in line.
I'm that guy. But now I only know how to send email, text, and use the phone because I'm technology illiterate, but I got it, by golly. So
I get you both. We still have a landline, and part of the reason.
I don't know if I.
Part of the reason we still have part of the reason we still have a landline is because it's hardwired and it's connected to our security company.
Yeah,
so
no, you're right. Yeah.
I'm not going to rely on an app for somebody trying to break in or my camera. So I'm sorry. That's one thing I will.
you know what? You bring up a great point, because we're like, and I'm going to give this away. Luckily, we don't really need a security system. I got 47,000 protectors that live around me. I've got the greatest neighborhood watch in the world, but we were one of those people that went out and have a security system connected to our smartphone that's all Bluetooth. It works about 40% of the time.
Right.
You know, wind blows out of the south, it goes down. A bird lands on one of the cameras, it falls off. I mean, you know,
Right.
it's to your point. You're exactly right, Rusty.
Well, and the great news about that with Rusty is that, you know, if there's an EMP or some sort of a zombie apocalypse, we can go to a payphone and call Rusty. He'll be the only one we'll be able to get a hold of.
You'll be able to find a
hold of Rusty. So
you won't be able to find a payphone, Jeff.
Well, guys, I'm going to give you guys
that are out there if there are any.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm going to give you guys kind of last comments here, and we'll put a bow on this for this Friday.
I just think that we've seen this so many times in the last several years. Jeff and I and our team, we will get contacted by a school and we'll give an assessment and talk to them about what their immediate needs are. And I've had this happen multiple times where we're like, okay, first of all, have a way to lock your door, lock your classroom in the inside, buy a cheap lock just so it locks, and then come talk to us. Finish out some of these things that you're working on, and then come talk to us. So we're realistic about that, and we're looking at this, like I said, we are the most comprehensive system on the market, providing the prepare, the notify, and the items to protect and stop the bleed. So nobody else is doing what we're doing, and that's why we continually talk about, we can't stop these tragedies from happening, but we can mitigate the loss of life. And so when we talk about our motto of saving lives when seconds count, that's what we can do. And it's been fun over the years to see the empowerment that we provided to teachers and staff members, just knowing that they have a plan in place for the unthinkable. And it's always very rewarding and refreshing to see that level of empowerment that they gain when they've had our system in and they've gone through the training. And also the parents. We have multiple parents that write us and tell us how thankful they are that they can drop their kids off in the morning and they know they're going to have a good chance to see them at the end of the day. And that's all we're trying to do is help them with that, have a plan in place and so forth. So, I just had some alumni meetings a few weeks ago, and I had some folks talking about what I do. And I said, hey, in your community, whether you're in Ohio, Iowa, Kansas, wherever, reach out to us at SafeDefend.com, and we'll help talk to you about what we can do for your kids in your school district.
Yeah. So important. Jeff?
Just, in the school setting, when you're talking about school safety, look, the choice is easy. SafeDefend is by far the most comprehensive. It's the decision that's hard. And we can help a superintendent, or we can help school boards. We can help parents in the community navigate that and put themselves in the best position. I think I've mentioned this before, but we just had Findlay, Ohio come on board here about a month ago. They announced it to their teachers. Their entire teaching staff stood up at their convocation and applauded. This is something that is going to make a difference for the community, for the teachers, for everyone involved in schools. Like I said, the choice is easy. We are by far the most comprehensive and most effective solution out there. But it's that decision that sometimes gets tough, and we can help navigate that. And let us know. Reach out and Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Tell Angie. I hope her Iowa State Cyclones go home very sad this weekend.
It's going to be a good that defense against your offense is going to be a good battle.
Well, Rusty, I hate to tell you this, Kansas is a football school, and it's going to be a long day for the Cyclones. It's going to be a long day.
I just want to thank those Nebraska fans for that quarterback. That's all I got. Go Cats.
A football tradition since September. I mean,
That's right. Well, guys, hey, thank you both for what you guys do. If anybody wants to reach out, you can hit Jeff up at jeff@safedefend.com. Rusty's Rusty at safedefend.com. Please get with him if you have questions. If there's anything you need whatsoever, we're here to help. And do enjoy your weekend. Have great family time for all of you. For Rusty, for Jeff, I'm Phil Nichols. We're out of here.
Have a great weekend.
Go Chiefs.